Well, this video was supposedly finished and released last week, but due to reason, it got delayed till now. And then I found out Steam updated its client and changed a few things, and much of the script in said video was outdated. Thus, I have to remake a video. Anyway, this video will be about the Steam input and third-party controllers. So, Steam did the unthinkable and provide support for AB2s and FlyDigi controllers in Steam input. This update came out on June 9th, which were 2 weeks prior to the time this video got released. This is quite a big news because Steam input in the past only supported the big three, which are Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, also Steam official hardwares. The third-party controllers were put on the sideline for whatever reason. But everything changed with the June 9 update because now Steam input has opened its doors to AB2 and FlyDigi. And I really hope this doesn't just end here with these 2 controller brands, because I want to see a bunch of other controllers and gamepad brands receiving support as well, like Darkwalker Shotpad, GameSir controller, and some others. Anyway, back to AB2 and FlyDigi. I noticed that AB2 is working closely with Steam to implement proper support for their controllers. They keep rolling out firmware so that Ultimate 2 become more compatible with Steam input. On the other hand, FlyDigi's side is a bit one-sided. FlyDigi isn't doing anything at all while Steam is working along to support the Vader and Apex series. This is quite in character for FlyDigi because they seem to have a cold shoulder toward mapping softwares that isn't theirs. I don't think that attitude gonna help FlyDigi in the long run. Steam input has a very big and dedicated community, and this is a big opportunity to introduce people to more controller brands outside the big 3 circles, and FlyDigi might miss their chance to boost their popularity if they keep on ignoring this. But let's put that topic aside and get into the important part of this video. Now, I do not have any AB2 controllers, so I cannot put them to test and give my thought. But I do have a bunch of FlyDigi controllers, and in the past 2 weeks, I have been testing and playing them using Steam input, so I got a few reports to share with you. Vader 2, Vader 3 Pro, and Vader 4 Pro are detected and supported. Strangely enough, they also show up as FlyDigi Vader 2. Now for the 3 Pro and 4 Pro, you can use the rear buttons, the C and Z buttons, as well as gyros. But for Vader 2, the gyro is absent, although the buttons are all detected. Also, one important note. For Vader 4 Pro, there are 2 versions, an early version and a late version. Mine is an early version that runs on firmware 6923, and everything about it seems to be in order. However, from reports of users who own the later Vader 4 Pro with a 6955 firmware, there's a few issues with button detection. I do not have Apex 3 nor Apex 4, so I can't say anything about their compatibility. Regarding Apex 2, sadly, it is detected as a generic controller and thus it is not officially supported. Not a surprise though, because Apex 2 run on legacy tech that is just really finicky. It would be fantastic if Steam properly supports it as one point, but I'm not holding my breath for it. After all, Apex 2 is discontinued and not many people own it, so I won't hate Steam for skipping it. Since I also own Direwolf 2, I give it a shot as well. And it's not supported, no surprise here. Yeah, I know the channel didn't mention Direwolf, but I want to confirm for sure. Sadly, FlyDigi's budget lineup always falls under the radar, but there's nothing we can do about that. So there you have it. Because the implementation is still in beta state, many things are not finished and subject to change. The controller UI is still of generic design, and I found that the shorted press listing doesn't include the extension buttons. There's also a few issues, such as the trigger soft press being activated, even when the trigger is fully pressed physically, or the 2 gyros being completely absent. Eventually, the issue will be resolved, so we just have to report them and then patiently wait for the result. Personally, I think I will be going back to Steam input. Yes, initially I started with Steam input and then moved on to rewards, but now that rewards is mostly associated with cheating and exploits. and the new payment model isn't helping it. That software is really a sinking ship. Now, there's a lot of things I dislike about Steam Input, but considering it is free and very accessible, and now that it supports FlyDigi controllers, I guess I will have to overlook the problem for now. So yeah, that means you will see more gameplay featuring Steam Input and Steam Input config down the road. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another one.